Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Carbines and Cantrips Book Club. Tonight is the first night of the Black Company Book Club. We did just chapters 1 and 2 for this opening. I don't think this first book is very long. This book looks fat, but that's because it's the first 3 Black Company books in one tome. But yeah, welcome back, Ben. It's been a while since we had you on. It's good to see you again.
Woo! Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh no, it's all good, dude. Yeah, so I wrote a little recap so I didn't have to stumble through it, trying to remember everything that happened. But it's gonna be a short little blurb. But before we get into that, does anyone else have I don't know, anything going on with you guys you want to throw out there? Anything you're writing, editing, news?
I'm at Con Possible this weekend. I'll be running a panel called Shotgun Sorcery, all about mixing modern firearms and weapon systems with magic. So if you're in the Atlanta area, come on out. We'll have some fun. We'll talk about fun fake fantasy stuff.
Dude, I'm so jealous. We don't have anything cool like that in Portland, like any conventions like that.
I didn't know. This is the first
That
time hearing
stuns
about
me.
What's that?
Yeah.
So this is the first time hearing about it, and I live like an hour away from it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to start my own con up here. How hard can it be?
Don't ask that question.
Yeah, probably very intensive. But I don't know anyone out there who's a Land and Sea fan. The graphic novel is finally in fulfillment. So if you were a backer of the campaign on Indiegogo, keep your eyeballs out for that. And then I saw on their Indiegogo that if you weren't a backer, at some point they're going to set up a web store. So if you want to buy the graphic novel Paradise, I think that'll be available at a later date from their online store, which I don't know what it's going to be called. I don't have an address to give you guys, but yeah. Anything else from you guys?
No, we just, my wife and I, she's the K in BK Gibson. We just finalized dates for our first fantasy novel. We're going to be doing it with Celine. They're the imprint of Canon Publishing. So the fantasy imprint. So we're going to be looking at a pre-order date of May 1st and then the release the first weekend of June. So that'll be really fun. It's going to be a Greek flavored epic fantasy called Shepherd. We're really looking forward to it.
Nice.
Cover looks killer. I got to see the cover a little early.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
the covers. Yeah, that was a mock-up, but man, the cover. Yeah, that's going to be really good.
Nice. What about you, Tyler? You got American Saucer 2 in the works right now, right?
Yeah, American Saucer 2's in the works. If you like classic American UFO lore and Cold War jets, I mean, you're gonna love American Saucer.
Yeah, I'll check that out, dude. Yeah, just for everyone who doesn't know, I think we've pretty much settled on the next book after this for the book club, which is going to be Tyler's book 1 of his we call it your Panzerder series, Panzerder War.
Yep, Panzerder Universe.
Universe.
Yeah, I tend to have more things beyond this war, but I still have more stories to tell in this war.
Gotcha. And I think the last thing I got for the book club is on once we're done with this book, we're going to kind of shift to a different format. So we're going to pick a book and we're going to read the whole thing. And then we're going to do just one book club episode. So probably, pick the book, do like 3 weeks of either having other authors come on or whatever. And then on that 4th week, we'll do the book club stream for that book. So on March 2nd is the first week after we finish this one. Jason Cordova and Melissa, you guys help me out with her last name. It's like Othoff, I think is how you say it. Are coming on and talk about their new book.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Tread Obsidian Shores.
No, you're not too late.
Yeah, you just got here.
Hold on. It's this Melissa.
Yeah.
So I know it's backwards, but however you want to say that, it's that Melissa. She's awesome.
Yeah. So we're gonna have her. They co-wrote To Tread Obsidian Shores together, so they're both gonna come on March 2nd. It's gonna be awesome. But other than that, let's do a quick recap of these first 2 chapters of Black Company. Let me give you guys a quick rundown. Forgive me if it's not the best. I literally just wrote it right before we started, so don't at me. The Black Company is commissioned by the syndic, I think that's how you say it, of the city of Beryl as bodyguards in the chaotic port city. A mysterious ship from the north arrives, seeking Beryl's allegiance and led by one of the Taken, known as the Soul Catcher. An ancient tomb is cracked open by a bolt of lightning, releasing a Forvalaka, which is like a were-leopard, that begins terrorizing the city. The Black Company hunts the creature, loses many, and ends up terminating their contract with the Syndic, abandoning Beryl, and throwing in their lot with the Soul Catcher. They end up deploying to the north, where their reputation has not yet reached. They find themselves marching through war-ravaged lands, eventually stumbling upon a scene so brutal, even the hardened mercenaries cannot stand by and allow it. Their new mysterious recruit, Raven, and their field doc, Croker, intervene and spill the blood of men belonging to the Taken known as the Limper, a rival of their own patron. Repercussions come as the Limper's men set an ambush in a town the company uses to resupply a fort they have captured, where the Black Company seeks to set an example to show what happens when you cross the company. Shit gets out of hand really quick, and the Limper himself makes an appearance, which forces Catcher to send another Taken who also hates the Limper, who's named Shifter. And he's a giant mage, and he shows up to basically bury the Limper alive with a bunch of rebels. So yeah, that's basically chapter 1 and 2 in a really tight nutshell.
Yeah, I love the start. Can I read directly the quote of it?
Absolutely.
He's talking about the portents. They're prodigies in portents enough, One Eye says. We must blame ourselves for misinterpreting them. One Eye's handicap in no way impairs his marvelous hindsight. Lightning from a clear blue sky smote the necropolitan hill. One bolt struck the bronze plaque sealing the tomb of the Forvalaka, obliterating half the spell confinement. It rained stones. Statues bled. Priests at several temples reported sacrificial victims without hearts or livers. One victim escaped after its bowels were opened and was not recaptured. Astrologers refused readings, fearing for their lives. A mad soothsayer wandered the streets proclaiming an end of the world. At Bastion, the eagle not only departed, but the ivy on the outer ramparts withered and gave way to creeper, which appeared black in all but the most intense sunlight. But all that happens in a year. Fools can make an omen out of anything in retrospect. That is such a great start to a book.
Yeah.
That is a genius start to a book.
I agree. I found like the pacing to be like kind of fast, but I think it works really well because it's like Croker. So the Black Company has their field doc, and his name's Croker, which is a great name for a doctor. So it's basically from his point of view, he's like journaling the exploits of the Black Company. So it feels kind of fast paced, but it makes sense in this POV. But yeah, that was a really great opening. I think Croker the character Croker is a great narrator.
So the prose is very terse.
Yeah.
And that it really and that really helps with the strength of the narrative with because the terse prose fits with the setting very well. Obligatory, man, this world sucks. I mean, it kind of does. We've got the Dominator, the lady, and the 10 that are taken, or the 12 that were taken. Is it 10 or 12? The 10? Okay. 12 big bads, essentially, with the Dominator lady and the 10. Mm-hmm. So these people essentially run things. It's the Dominator, the lady, and these 10 very powerful wizards that don't like each other. But you have all these rebels that are constantly popping up
I actually wrote the Rake-In is one of the 18.
Okay.
Rake-In, yeah.
So yeah, you got this dude, but then this world sucks. There's no getting around. Croker kind of acknowledges that. He's like, look, we know there's horrible murderers and monstrous people within the ranks of Black Company. You know what? I know it. You've heard to death about them. I'm not going to talk about them here.
Yeah. Well, it's even funny because it's aside from just the world sucking, it's even their lifestyle kind of sucks. It's a bunch of hurry up and wait. It's you find a girl in every town and you start to put down roots because you're sitting around waiting and you fall in love and then now it's time to go. So you got to say goodbye to each new girl you meet. It's a very shiftless kind of lonely life. So yeah, but
really,
go ahead.
It really reminds me of and we're crossing genres a little bit, it really reminds me of like the Hammer Slammers by David Drake.
I have not read that one.
Yeah.
I can recommend it. It's really good.
Hammer
Yeah.
Slammers.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a sweet like game from the 90s, like Pogs or something, you know?
Something like that.
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could easily add. I think Tank Lords is book 1. That could easily be a book club book somewhere down the road.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Rip David Drake. He was a real one.
For anyone in the chat or the audience who is not really aware what the lore is here, if you haven't read it. So the Taken, there's something called the Domination, which I think is either the name of an era or the name of the empire. And the Dominator and the Lady are basically the
It's
leaders of this evil empire. Yeah. And then there's there's those two. They're like the head honchos, the Dominator and his Lady. And then there's the 10 who were taken, of which Soulcatcher, the Limper, and Shifter are 3 of the 10. And they are like super wizards, like near demigods. And they were basically overtaken by they were dominated by the Dominator.
Well,
I guess we lost our host.
What the hell?
Oh, nope, but he's back.
Oh, right, he's back.
There he is.
That was weird. I think it was Mallory in the chat. Did Mallory kick me out? What the hell's going on here?
Yeah. She got tired of hearing you talk and just
There you go.
Yeah, anyway. What was the last thing you guys heard me say?
What about
Uh,
the 10
you
that
were-
were taken?
Yeah.
What's that?
The dominations.
Oh yeah, so the 10 were dominated by the Dominator. And they're basically,
like you do.
evil empire, ruin everyone's life. And then the White Rose shows up. She's a lady general who destroyed the Domination, but was not able to kill the Dominator, the Lady, or the 10. And you basically go to the old tried and true method of burying evil things under dirt, and they're taken care of until they get unburied, which we saw
Until they're not taken care of.
Yeah, which we saw with the demon shrimp god in Lord of
I was
Shadows.
about to say, like, look, they really want to take care of the Limper. They need to beat the blood out of him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then basically they got released, and they're basically ruled the Northern Empire. I don't think we know how they got released at this point in the story, but yeah, they're out and running.
No, not yet. Not yet. We'll learn that eventually, but it has not been revealed. I have to say that as much as this, it's funny. This company, this book and company are sold this like terrible amalgamation of blackguards. It's everybody here is a bastard and a murderer and a whatever, and that might all be true. Mm-hmm. But I have to say that this group of dudes, compared to the world that they live in, are some of the most charismatic and fun, goofy bastards that I've ever had the pleasure of reading on a page. The way they mess with each other, the way that they play around and stuff like that, and it's almost lighthearted at times when they're not actively, nothing's trying to murder them.
Yeah. I love the downtime scenes where they're like playing poker or whatever they call it. They're playing poker and stuff and fucking around.
Yeah, it seems it's like they're playing rummy. It feels like they're playing rummy.
They're betting on poker rummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Sabak. I think that's pretty clear.
They're also very tribal, which makes sense. Like any fighting unit gets tribal. Like they might have like some disagreements with each other, but you mess around and like, oh hey, don't fuck with that guy. He's one of us.
Yeah.
Like Raven might drive him up a wall, but like someone picks a fight with Raven. Okay, here comes Elmo.
Here comes Elmo to fuck shit up.
Here comes Elmo. I wish they'd have done that at some point, where Elmo had a really high pitched laugh.
Dude, one of my I was reading it next to my wife last night, and like there's a scene where Elmo tells One Eye to go do something, and Elmo's I can't remember what he says, but he's basically like, "Sir, yes, sir," like faking bearing or whatever. Yeah, And I like literally laughed out loud because that like it reminded me of one of my buddies in ops. Like our first class told him to do something like stupid, and he was like, "Aye, aye, petty officer." Dude, it made me laugh out loud. It was funny. And then Goblin and One Eye talking shit to each other using like corpses to like talk back and forth to each other. That's fucking great, dude.
They only get more ridiculous as this book goes on. I'm doing the audio, so I want to like get ahead because it takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
And those two are an absolute trip.
Yeah, I think did you read Mercenaries of Elenus, Jesse? I think you did, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I was like, because I read that before I read this, and I'm like, yeah, the guy who wrote Mercenaries of Elenus, there's no way he hasn't read The Black Company because there's a lot of. Well, I'm like, yeah, the guy's a fan of this book.
Similar crossover.
I'm just picturing like Elmo, like the Red Muppet, and like this like black like type man like yelling at these like normal people. It's like a Muppet movie.
Having a dude, Elmo having a dude flogged.
Putting people through like workout routines and stuff, and archery lessons.
Goblin is also like some kind of Muppet in my mind. Like
just flops on the ground and has seizures when Soulcatcher starts talking to him. He's like, oh! What a great name. I am glad we kind of mentioned it before it started, but I'm glad that they all have like super simple names, and I'm not trying to figure out how to pronounce it. They're also like funny names.
It's all military nicknames. And they all have call signs.
Yeah.
And that's what. But what's funny to me is that it's not even just them. Almost every character in the story,
just like that,
almost every character in the story just has a call sign. So Taker, there I go calling him Taker. It's Soul Taker, but everybody just shortens it to Taker, and even Soul Taker doesn't get mad about that. Shapeshifter is just Shifter, and like there's never any like, hey, that's Mr. Soul Taker to you. Like there's none of that nonsense. Like
they're literal demigods, and they're just like shorthanded.
And they're nightmarish. But everything in this world is a nightmare, and it's absolutely hilarious to me that like they're terrible people, and I'd much rather have a drink with them than anybody else we run into.
I know, it's like, how do these guys, like, they're obviously like brutal men, but like they have, not only are they funny and cool to hang out with, but like they obviously have some sort of moral compass because they stop these other servants of another taken from doing horrendous things to this 9-year-old girl and her grandpa.
It strikes me as like they're hard men and they got like dark edges, but it's not like an internal maliciousness. They're not that way. They're that way because of the world that they're in is harsh and brutal and hard, and they need to be the response in kind if you want to survive. They're not like malicious and evil just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of French Foreign Legion in them too. Or basically, they all are. They're a bunch of. You get the implication a bunch of them are criminals or running away from something. Everybody in that is running away from something, and it's a big plot point that once you join the company, you are no longer. All your old life is gone.
Yep.
Yeah,
you're supposed to focus just on your new life. That's why you use a different name. You use a simple name. That's why you do all that, because everything in your old life is just. That's before you join the Legion.
Yeah,
and they're not only kind of tribal. They are. It's Croker is the analyst who has been, his job is to write the annals of the Black Company, but it looks like that's been going on for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
So they have their own. They are their own institution at this point, an ancient institution.
And it's you can see the influences of magic, because when I said. I think we've gotten to this point. I might be jumping ahead, but One Eye's like 100 years old, and his brother is serving next to him. So you got two brothers, One Eye and Tom Tom, and they're 100 years old, and it's like, and they're still actively serving in a combat unit.
Yeah, I mean, not to jump too far off on a tangent here, but is Tom Tom for Valaka now? Did you get that vibe at the end there, end of chapter 1? Let me look.
I don't know because there's an implication that the actual Four Valaka is not who attacked the
Company.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, the implication is it was Soulcatcher.
Yeah.
Um,
Or Shifter acting on Catcher's behalf.
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, they see another one come in and it's like screaming, and One Eye goes over to look at it, and he's like, Croker. I think Croker's like, what? And One Eye says, "This isn't the one that killed Tom Tom. It doesn't have the scars we put on it." And then he says, "I turned slowly, studied the legate, which is Soulcatcher." He laughed again, looking our way. So Soulcatcher, he sees the were leopard and Soulcatcher. He says, "One Eye never figured it out, and I never told him. We have troubles enough." So I was like, oh. I don't know. I don't know how the curse works, or maybe it's Shifter that was pretending to be a were leopard. I don't know. Oh, hey, look, we got Jeffrey Canada. He is the winner of the giveaway, so he's the one that got the free ebook.
Nice.
So
Nice.
welcome to the chat, dude.
Hey, Jeffrey.
No. Nick says it's a big influence. Oh yeah, for Mercenaries of Atlantis and Strange Company. I really want to read Strange Company. That looks like a good. I think it's a trilogy. I think we've talked about it before. I'll give that a see. Lookums. And then he said, "Hard things required hard folks to sort it out." Yeah, I really like I like hard characters that not like live in hard worlds and do messed up things, but aren't necessarily evil people and don't get turned evil because of the things around them. They just learn how to survive, kind of action.
Although you get the impression that that Croker is definitely one of the better of them.
Yeah.
Like he seems to be the one who's kind of the moral compass in a lot of the time, and he seems to be the one who pushes for a lot of the moral actions.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the medic. He is the one he gets very condemning of the rebels for torturing even a terrible person. So he's definitely the moral compass of the company. So I love this slightly unreliable narrative. Like you get the impression that he elides certain things, and he's definitely writing a story. He's leaving some stuff out.
He's pushing propaganda. I think also Raven is, because he seems like ready to go, and like he backs up Croker and he's like, yeah, let's go stop these people. And he seems kind of, in a few instances, he seems kind of hot-headed and like ready to jump to like the defense of a defenseless person or to kill. Obviously, like you kind of mentioned about like, I think you were referencing Raven here when you said the French Foreign Legion, you leave your old life behind. Mm-hmm. I really like that part of the story when they introduced Raven and his whole like, I think it was 5 people that he needed to kill to like basically set his old, file or whatever, his old life aside. He needed to kill those 5 people, which one of them sounded like it was his wife. He basically like they walked in the room while he's having this meeting with the Black Company to join. And these people walk up, and he's like, "Well, hey, here's like 3 of the people I need to kill." Or just kills them right in front of everybody.
Oh my God. His wife. But the setup for that scene where he's talking to them and not looking at the door, and they get to watch the voice recognition happen when he's like, "Yeah, there's just 5 people have to die so I can wrap this up," and then this idiot walks in the door. With his nasally ass voice, and they get to watch the recognition hit Raven's face when he's like, "Where did the rest of the party go?" And it's like, and then Raven turns around, and the guy realizes how doomed he is. And then Raven's knife appearing trick happens for the first time. That was a great. That's probably one of my favorite scenes of the first couple chapters. Is Raven's revenge, at least the majority of it.
Well, it's kind of interesting. There's not a lot of there's way less military action than you'd expect. There's some, and there's a lot of individual fighting, but they don't do any mass battle description.
He kind of glosses over that real quick.
Yeah, he just kind of he's like, it happens. There's a battle. I don't care. It's really an interesting choice.
Yeah, that was something that stood out to me. That's why I thought it was like it make it a lot more fast paced, because you kind of just like, we defended, in Barrow, we held the the bastion for however many waves, and then we're like, Captain was like, "No, fuck it, they're not paying us to be martyrs. Let's just leave it," and that was basically it. But yeah, I don't know. like I said, I think it works well because of his POV and the fact that it's like, he's doing it like a journal. Jeffrey said, very curious to see where Raven goes. Definitely interesting character. Yeah, I like his whole mysterious one. I like that Croker is like, he's like taking an active interest into like the mystery of Raven. It's really funny. He's like, I got to follow this guy around and kind of suss this dude out and figure out what his deal is. But yeah, I like this whole, I need to kill 5 people. And then that Colonel Zoad, I don't know how to say his name. You're listening to audiobooks, Zoad.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah. That was the final guy. And I mean, it seemed like Raven died, but obviously he comes back at the end of chapter 2. So I don't know how the hell he got out of that. And did he beat the Limper out? Like, who the hell is Raven? Is this guy? Is he one of the Taken? I don't know. But he's
just
cool.
Beat the blood out of Limper.
Yeah. So was Shifter actually a tall mage? Because like he was described as like a giant house, but I don't know if he just like it was like, oh, his presence seemed massive, or was he actually like literally a huge
Shifter is a shifter.
Yeah, like a sausage-sized finger or something like that,
Shifter is a shifter. Nobody who knows what he actually really looks like.
Honestly, gave me super like Dark Soul vibes when I did like when they described him coming in. Like he's huge. He's got these like this beard, and his staff is like his like ex-lover that he like turned into a wizard staff. Super cool character like description. And Soul Catcher having like when he talks, like it's always like comes out in like different voices as he goes along his sentences. That's such a cool like little flavor for the character description.
I mean, that's really creepy. There's a lot of really creepy stuff with the Taken. I love how all of the mages all the wizards are some level of crazy.
Yep.
I love that just sort of implication. I had said on X that it reminded me of the All Guardsmen Party, which is an RPG story from the Warhammer 40K series. But part of the reason why it reminded me of that is in 40K, psychers are always going completely insane.
Mm-hmm.
If you have psychic powers, then you're going to start going insane. And it seems like they have a similar attitude towards their magicians. They're like, the magicians are nice. Yeah, they're useful. We get some good things out of the magician, but we don't trust them. They're not, even the best ones, even the weak ones that they have, they mention that they're weak and they're the least magicians. They're somewhat crazy, and they're definitely not reliable. But the better you are as a wizard, the crazier you seem to be.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll challenge that assertion as we go on, that the wizards that we're seeing are they're playing possum. I'll put it that way.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, clearly they're smart too, but they're not very stable good people.
They're not stable. I think not stable's understatement of the year. There's definitely a through line there with like magic making you crazy. Kind of, I mean, in the same vein as like we said with Lord of the Shadow Land, evil makes you stupid. Magic, I think it takes something from you. If you're not limping around, then you're just insane.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the universe, but like like there's always the common theme in a lot of universes where it's like magic comes with a cost, or it's some kind of a tainting. So like Warhammer, obviously the warp is very tainting, and it's chaos, and it's filled with all kinds of gross creatures that are mind-bending abominations. So yeah, it's not like if everything was like Harry Potter and you could just cast every spell you ever wanted nonstop without ever being fatigued. Yeah, then I'm sure it'd be fine, but I prefer, not that I don't love Harry Potter. I'm not trying to knock Harry Potter. Okay. I grew up on it. Love it. But yeah, I definitely like the more magic has a cost, or at the very least makes you tired if you cast too many spells, magic systems. So is this considered, I gotta be honest. I looked it up once and then I forgot it as time has gone on, but what actually is the difference between grimdark and dark fantasy?
How dark the room is. So in my opinion, in dark fantasy, the lights are turned down. In grimdark, they're off and there might be one candle. I hope that's the easiest way I can explain this. I would not call this grimdark. I think it doesn't. It's it may lack hope for certain characters, and there's stuff that gets really, really dark here, but the world has some sort of peace to it, at least down in the south.
Yeah.
Versus, up in the north, things are kind of wild. But it's, I think the only thing that might be grim dark about this is the good guys and the bad guys are utterly irrelevant in this story.
Mm-hmm.
Good and evil are totally tossed out the window. You have the protagonist, which are the people that you're viewing the world through the lens of, and the antagonist, which are the people you have to fight. But the morality of either of them is almost always in question.
Yeah, that's true. It's like you want to be on the rebel side because obviously, the domination sounds shitty and the Taken sound like complete psychopaths, and they are. But then also, like, the rebels don't seem that great either. I guess a little hit of the rebel lore. So, in contrast to the Taken, the 10 that were taken, there is a circle of 18, which is essentially the rebel high command, which are 18 mages who think they can take the Taken and the Lady and the Dominator. But among the rebels, there's also a prophecy that the White Rose, which was the Lady General who originally defeated them, has been reincarnated and is somewhere in the land as a child. I personally think it's Darling, even though Croker didn't think she matched. And maybe I'm just jumping the gun here because it's the first child that showed up in the story. But I'm already putting all my eggs in the Darling basket.
Well, I love the fact that there is a standard fantasy novel taking place elsewhere. From their perspective, they're part of the big evil overlord war machine. Over there in the rebel side, there is a standard, prophecy, old mentors, all these heroes. All of this stuff is happening. So the standard fantasy story is happening somewhere else. But as far as the Black Company is concerned, these guys are jerks.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. We got the Black Company, Shadows Linger, and then book 3 is the White Rose. Maybe they join the fantasy story on the third book. Who knows?
The White Rose has a lot of money. She has very deep pockets.
She can afford them.
I don't know how anybody affords anything with as much as they end up like burning stuff and wrecking things.
That's true. You almost gotta wonder, like, is anyone actually building or making or manufacturing anything? Because they're just kind of growing any crops. Because it feels like every field is burned, every building is burned, every building that has valuable stuff is burned.
Yeah, dude. It's I also really like, now that we're kind of getting into the second part of the book or second chapter, the political maneuverings of the Taken and how they're basically just fucking with the Black Company and moving them around to mess with each other, but at the same time, it's putting the Black Company in some real hot water and tight spots with other Taken. It's really fun. It's funny to see like Croker and Elmo kind of realize like, oh shit, we're like we just helped bury this like demigod under dirt and like really pissed him off. And he knows it was us. He like saw our faces and like knows that we're with the Black Company and that we just buried him in a bunch of dirt. So yeah, but like fortunately, it's nice for them because they have a little bit of a reprieve, or at least I guess as a reader we get a little bit of reprieve from that threat, because the Limper was like demoted by the lady for being so utterly embarrassed by Soulcatcher and Shifter and the Black Company. So like yeah, he's gonna get vengeance, but first he's got to like elevate himself again with the lady before he can do that. So we have a little bit of breathing room before we have to deal with that threat. But it's just it's a lot of chaos and it's fun. And yeah, I think that's another reason it's not grimdark, because it's legit. Even the stuff that sucks, it's kind of fun and it's entertaining. It's not like, and they don't seem like bleak about it either. They're like, oh well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, it's not hopeless. Like the Limper's after. It's just like, oh, it's one more guy.
Yeah, we're the Black Company. Fuck them, dude.
Somebody else to kill along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think it's funny how the Croker has like his weird like lady.
Lady romances.
He's a doctor, dude. Ladies love doctors. Yeah. What else you guys got? I think I pretty much hit all my notes for this one so far. But I probably missed forgot something I wanted to mention, but you guys got anything else?
I'm digging it. I'm eager to see how it all shakes out. I am going to keep the Hammer Slammer comparison in mind like the entire time, pretty much. Just see the parallels. It's like, well, the people who I thought were going to be important. No, never mind. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, I just remember something. I liked the whole, because they're like when they're in chapter 1, they're still in Barrel, and they're trying to basically, they're contemplating like just backing out of their contract, and they're like, well, we can't do that. That's against like everything we stand for. Like we have a reputation to worry about, and so they're trying to find ways and like loopholes that they can kind of like work around getting out, because the syndic is just being unreasonable in the situation that they're in. And when they go to hunt the were-leopard, they get into the they call it the paper tower, and they go up to this one level and they find like a treasure chest or something. They open it up, and then the syndic's in there, and like Croker looks away and looks back, and then like one of the guys just like sitting on the chest, like cleaning his fingernail.
Cleaning his nails.
Basically, just like they just murder the guy. Like, I don't know, we're clear, let's go.
Yeah, it cracked me up when you were like, they terminate their contract with the syndic. They terminated the syndic. It was just the contract. It was like, oh no, the Fort Halaka got him. How terrible. Look at all the claw marks. Anyway, anybody feel like killing the local garrison and then leaving town?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so they go and just murder all the guards, or the garrison in their sleep.
Yeah, they were like, oh no, if we leave now, the garrison's going to chase us. Well, good thing we can go slit their throats in their sleep.
Yeah. I like how Croker didn't even know what was going on until they were like doing it. He's like, oh, this is what we're doing? Okay.
Oh, this is what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how he felt. He was vaguely annoyed by it. I mean, he's the moral compass. He's not that moral. He's not like, this is the worst thing ever. He's just like, really? Yeah.
Makes sense. We can't have him coming after us.
He's like more disappointed dad than like. He's all like, "Oh, you're so dishonorable." He's like, "Seriously, all right, get it over with."
Yeah, dude. There's some like really cool metal scenes in this that I like. Like I loved when the northern ship first showed up in the bay or port of Barrel or whatever it's called, and it had like, I can't remember what it was like. It had like the skull on the sail, and I think its eyes were like flaming. I don't know. It was a really cool ship. And I probably would have pissed my pants if I was like sitting on this like port city and I see this ship roll in. Yeah. And then what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, I really like, I think I already mentioned it, but I really like how the Soul Catcher just pops into the Black Company's wizard's head and delivers messages. And like they go frozen and they come out of it, and like the captain or Emma will be like, what the hell was that? What did he say? And he's like, oh, he said this. He's like, that's it? I don't know. It's very comedic, dude. I love it.
What's Soul Catcher say? Oh, I just want to know how my day was.
Yep. Yeah, One Eye's got some pretty good scrying abilities, it sounds like. Oh, dude, I loved his little his broth that he makes, and then he gets fucked up, and then they give it to him, and he's like, what the fuck is that? It tastes like
trying to poison me? What the hell did you just give me? That's your broth.
Yeah, give me some wine. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he didn't even drink the wine. He swished his mouth out with the wine and spat that out too.
What was that, Ben?
I was just saying the wizards are just generally great. Like they're just complete irritation with each other. How they're always fighting. And they're clearly they're small potatoes. Like they're not the super wizards everybody's running around with.
Mm-hmm.
But they're good enough, which is what I think gets them by.
Well, yeah, it gives them like that advantage, right? They keep just smashing the rebels every time the rebels try to pull something on them, and they keep beating the shit out of them. They're like, we got to hurry up and move on because they're going to figure out why we're so lucky all the time, and they're going to send the rebels against us.
I was going to say they hide that they have that talent.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't know you're going up against magic, you don't suspect the magic's going to happen.
Yeah.
They shout about like them having like spies and plants in the rebels to throw them off, that they just like scry where they're at.
Yeah. I love that Elma was trying to play like a little game with the rebels and try to lure, Colonel Zuad or whatever. The rebels. They tried to lure the rebels to come and capture Zoad, which worked. Mm-hmm. But then like it backfired because then the limper got involved and showed up,
Oh.
and this fucking plan just fell apart. And then fucking Soulcatcher jumps in. He's like, okay, I gotta send Shifter in now, fucking clear things up. Yeah. It's funny to see like all their plans just kind of fall apart.
But Soulcatcher wasn't actually particularly. I did like that. Soulcatcher wasn't really irritated either. It's more like, yeah, that fits.
Yeah. We make this work.
It's like, yeah, I can work with that.
Play
Yeah, I'm
stupid
liking the
games, get
politics.
stupid problems. Yeah.
But Shifter did the same thing. He was like, "Wait, who's that guy? Body? Who's? Oh, okay. I'll be the dead guy then."
Yeah, bring him back.
It's like, just don't let anybody else see the body. Well, we got it. Let me see what this dude looks like. And then totally wings it. Just wings the whole thing. Acts like you knew what was happening the whole time. Makes every bit of it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm liking it. I almost kept reading. So like, I was very entertained. Yeah, I think that's all I got for these chapters. You guys got anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Yeah, I'm just agreeing. It's really good. Like it's
Yeah.
really well written. I'm not a huge. See, the thing is, I'm not a huge grimdark fan. Like, I don't like things that are too grim. And this is by all like I like some hope in my story. I like some chipper. This is absolutely not grimdark. This is there's hope. There's clearly like other things going on, but I love the mercenaries' eye view to the affairs of wizards and heroes and everything else. They're just like, is our paycheck going to clear? Good, we're doing good.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll say this is an 80s novel. Like it's not. I had to use the term modern. It's not contemporary
Yeah. Here we go.
fantasy, and the writing style doesn't match contemporary fantasy. That whole monologue in the beginning of like all the crap that went wrong, and they were like, "Oh, it's just Tuesday." That you couldn't get away with that. Like everybody tells you not to do that. Everybody tells you not to throw a bunch of world building up front because it makes everybody bored now. But there's an art to it, and that was absolutely hilarious. It was a great way to open a novel. So I'm really enjoying taking a step back and reading something older for the first time and getting that older style of writing.
Yeah. Yeah, I generally agree that like too much world building up front can suck. But it was like a page and a half. And like you say, yeah, there's an art to it. So I feel like if you can do it, then I do like it. But generally, yeah, I don't really like. I had one novel I read that was like, oh, dude, I think the first like 30 pages was mostly world building. And the book after that was great, and I loved it. I would read the book again, but it was just like it was a little heavy up front on the world building. But Glen Cook killed it. I loved it.
Yep.
This is an 80s book, huh? I was wondering. I didn't look it up to see when it was published, but I was wondering how old it was.
Yeah, I think it was like 86 or something like that. It might have been 84. I don't know. I looked when I went to read it.
Well, I mean, this is like this is like a foundational military fantasy book, right? Like this kind of.
There wasn't really a military fantasy genre until this came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like that, the Hammers Slammers. Like I feel like these two books influenced a lot of like the modern, like military sci-fi guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like Jeffrey said, Strange Company is heavily inspired by it, and that's
Yeah.
mil sci-fi. Yep. So, side tangent. I'm on book 3 of Dresden. Loving it.
Nice.
Dude, that guy likes to describe sexy women. Let me tell you what, Jim Butcher likes his ladies, dude.
I mean, but that's old school detective. I crack that joke all the time with Nelson DeMille in Plum Island. It's like, man, every lady this dude runs into is just
Just stone cold.
you know, there ain't no sevens in this world, man. It's all lighting up. Like we don't.
So I think it's closer to book 8, but Bob the Skull makes the point. He's like, Harry, basically he's like, Harry, you've never he's like, you're describing her as sexy. He's like, he's like, you've never met a woman who you don't fall in love with, like you don't think is beautiful. like it's making a point that he is a little bit of an unreliable narrator as far as that goes. That's just his view of the world.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, Harry always describes himself as like, he's old-fashioned and chivalristic. Yeah, I just got to the point in book 3 where Susan sold her memories to his godmother to save him from breaking his oath. Hilarious that he showed up to a vampire masquerade ball dressed up as a cheesy vampire. That was really funny.
That all changed, Jeffrey. Finding Dresden a bit. I know that's hard sometimes with books when people are like, "Oh no, it picks up in the 5th book," and I'm like, "Well, why the hell did you read the first 5?" But that it does for real. It does change that. Once you space this and you get into the overarching plot, the pedal really hits the floor.
Yeah, which from literally everyone I've heard says book 3 is when it hits, and seeing as how I'm in book 3, I can't tell that it continues on, but I'm assuming it has something to do with his godmother and all the stuff of him, how he became a wizard and his mother and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really like the first 2 books. I always hear a lot of people say that they're slow and 3 is where it really cranks up, but I like the first one with the dark orgy wizard. And the second one was like werewolves are my favorite monster, and it had like every flavor of werewolf there was.
Yeah.
There was like the legit werewolf, which is the Loup-Garou, lycanthropes, which are basically like Viking berserkers. There was, I can't remember I think skinwalkers, which is where you put like a belt on and then you like twist your belt buckle and you turn into like a giant like Twilight style werewolf.
Yeah.
Except cooler because it's not Twilight, but yeah, dude, yeah. I loved it all.
There was the wolf and the werewolf.
Yeah,
exactly.
They wolf.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I would. I mean, like I said, I didn't find the first 2 to be slow, but yeah, keep reading, dude, because I'm liking them so far. I got the first 6 books, so once I finish those first 6, I'll have to go buy the rest. Oh, what are we on? The 12th one just came out, right? Is it 12th one or 17th one?
No, it's 12 months. It's 18, I believe.
Yeah, I was about to say it's more than that. I have it. I haven't read it yet. I have been, and this is no. I know Jim's life for the past like half a decade has been utter chaos. So I don't mean this as a knock, but when I used to read stuff like that right when it came out, because I've been waiting so long, and I was like, yeah, finally, and it's like my favorite series. Let's go. And now I'm like, I'll read 4, 5, 6 books, and then I'll come back to it because it's going to be another year, if not more. I think this one's like 5 years coming. Mm-hmm. That. Because I've been reading Dresden since I was in high school. I'm mid-30s, so like it's now I try to pace myself and not charge into him so hard.
That's honestly, I'm doing that with the Monster Hunter series because I know like there's only going to be, I think he's going to do a couple more. I think he said, and it's going to be done here in a little bit. So
he's going to do a couple. He's going to do a couple more to finish off Owen's storyline. He's got more Monster Hunter stories to tell.
Yeah, I mean, you could do more Earl stories because Alpha. I can't tell if Alpha's my favorite or Vendetta's my favorite because they're totally different styles. Because usually the first person of Vendetta of Owen, and then like Alpha was multiple POV plus a little bit of first person with Earl's journal. So I don't know, but I could do with some more Earl books. But yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try and do like Nick Nethery and Mike Burke and Law Dog at some point and see if I can weasel my way into the next Monster Hunter Files at some point. I don't know who I need to bribe, but I'll figure that part out when I get there.
Dude, that new Monster Hunter Files looks sweet.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that if you send Larry like a pallet of ammo, just any ammo, he'll at least consider
it. Bribe your way in there, dude.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
So how many more chapters are we going to do for the next one?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the page because I know it goes to like page 200 and something. So I was just going to I figure 4 weeks. Am I counting this right? I don't know. We probably have to figure that out in the chat or in the group chat. We'll figure that out probably tomorrow or so or tonight. But another 70 pages or so, probably around there. I don't know how many because there's no table of contents. So I don't know how many chapters there are in this book. I mean, the contents just literally say the Black Company is the first thing. Page 7 to 219. So I figure if we just do at least 50 to 70 pages, however that comes, I'm sure that's probably going to be about 2 chapters each. I don't know how many chapters there are total. I guess I could go to the end of the book. Let's go to 219. 209, what did I say? We're going to do this live. Shadow Zinger. So 217.
Math.
Yeah, let the viewers at home read along.
They're like long chapters. So there's not that many chapters in it.
Okay, so yeah, so 72, Raker, Whisper 100, Harden 135, Lady 161, Rose 209.
How are you doing this?
I clicked on the table of contents button on my Kindle.
Oh, okay. All right. So how many chapters are there?
What kind of sorcery is this?
That's awesome.
Seven. There's 7 total.
7 chapters. Yeah, we could just do. We could do. No, then we'd be like 1 chapter. Should we just do 3 weeks on this book? Because it's not very long.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, you guys want to do the 3 chapters for next week?
Yeah, I can do that. I mean,
Sounds good to me.
in all confession, I've already read some more. Because it's really good.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm already on 6. So.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, let's do that. So I read my chapters in this, then I go back to reading Dresden, and then when I finish Dresden, I got to go read To Tread Obsidian Shores because I want to have that read before Jason Cordova and Melissa Othoff come on. So. All right, guys. So 3 more chapters. What is that for you guys? Like 1 more chapter, or you guys already passed it? It sounds like. Chapters
So reading
3, 4, and 5 for next week.
Cool.
Guys. Thank you, chat. Jeff Canada. Thank you so much for coming in, and congratulations on your free ebook. Mallory, always good to see you in the chat. Arfem, you're the man. Commodore Sven. Nice, dude. I don't think I've seen that gentleman come. Is that you? Is that one of you guys? Oh, that's you.
Commodore is my long-term one. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Ben, for participating in the chat.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, yeah. I respond to people. I'll be responding to people if anybody's on here.
All righty. Guys. See you next Monday at 7 for the next 3 chapters.
Awesome. Look forward to it, man.
All right.
Later.
Take care.
Bye.